You visiting the president? Does it sound like
ask your question so I can answer?
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you are anticipating a certain question.
No, I'm not.
But I'm building up to that question.
Okay,
so the question is, does it sound to you, did you get a permission, like Governor Wike said he did, at the ward, at the local government, to get the appointment? Did you get a permission before meeting?
Before meeting
the president?
Can you just relax?
I'm relaxed.
Okay, thank you. You know, I feel that you should have the right of first to hear the story, because you are my man like that. Everybody knows that I've known Ashaju for a long time, even way before he became a governor. He was governor for 8 years. I never visited him. And he ran and luckily put Buhari, in that team 2 times. I never visited him. When his party, the APC, won election in 2015, I knew that some rescue had come for those of us who believe in the pan-Nigeria stable democracy. I was invited, but I felt at that time that, look, let's let the party just survive. And those who brought it in at first, let them settle the party and grow it organically. I don't like to go to people when I have not invested some energy into their play. Now, I have been in PDP longer than most, and I'm sure that if we were to go into the archives and we were to bring all the rushes of interviews of people that have done for PDP, nobody bar none since 1999. Now, what happened? I had gone home for Salah, and one of our leaders, whom I will not mention, a deputy governor, had called me, and I thought he wanted to just, say hello to me. And lo and behold, he said, hold on. And, how are you? This. You have to come and see me. Now, let's just start from the fact that who the hell is the person that I'm going to take permission for to see the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
So the president spoke to you on the phone of the deputy governor?
You're not listening.
I'm trying to understand
I'm giving you as much as I can.
So if I'm sitting with her, he doesn't understand
I'm trying to give you as much as
narrative.
I'm trying to give you as much as I can within limits.
Okay.
From the phone of the deputy governor, I knew that I was invited to have a meeting with him. The next day, I was still free. The third day, I had to go. My instinct was, okay, why not? He's been in government now for 2 years. It's not a bad time to go and have a conversation with him. Those who know me well, especially in Ogun, they know that I used to run a program called Lions Den. Show is hotter than politics today. I don't ask easy questions. I ask very tough questions. I ask very probing questions in the most polite way. But there'll be questions that if you don't answer, you'll even know that you kind of don't know the answer. And I have a deep relationship with the president. I can look at him from a distance and look at what he's doing from a distance without talking to him for 10 years. And I can always put the block, okay, this is why he did it, this is why he did it, this is why he did it. I've known him since 94. And I did not know him as his cheerleader. I knew him as a thought leader that was engaging in the process of how do we rescue this country. And even at that, I was not in his part, never been. I had to go to him now for 3 reasons. The first was that I was concerned that this democracy was faltering. And I didn't think it was his fault, even though he was mostly blamed. I could not understand how, after about 20-something years, political parties would just suddenly assume that they have an escape route of blaming others for their own woes. I didn't like that, and I wanted to be sure that what was going on there. The second reason is that I began to become a little bit uncomfortable with the demonizing of all policies by those who don't understand what it takes to design futuristic ideas that could work. The third was that I felt, okay, perhaps if I spoke to him, if I visited, we would engage the way we usually engaged, and I'll be able to decipher the state of his. Some people talk about his frailty. And I told you here before that I know him the way his mind works. So I jumped on that invitation. I was actually prepared for Junior, but with all the ensemble. My friend, Aregbe, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. So I went there. Now let me start giving you the gist. Oh, God. First of all, his brain is very alert. His feet, never mind that he's frail. The type of questions I asked him, when you're asking someone a question and the person is answering without looking at a book, and is answering the way you know that, okay, he's saying it the way he sees it, and you are agreeing, you have to know that the touch point at which he's answering those questions are previously reflected. And you've never invited me to an interview giving the question before I come. It was like that. I asked him, let me share one.
So the president was mentally and psychologically alert.
Oh God. His brainwave, because I've known him for a while and I know how he thinks. His brainwave. Oh, Segun, I don't do psychophancy. I don't even know how to be, I don't know how to do it. You opened up by saying whether I wanted to be on an appointment. The only time I was ever on an appointment in government was the government of Otunba Gadane. When I was in government, which I had to his credit, I was like a pain in the ass. You know why? I can't stand when people get up one after the other, one meeting, just doing psychophancy instead of cutting to the cheese. I used to do that a lot. If I have a soft spot for Daniel, it's because he had the ability to take it on. The hotter, the better. I don't have the bone.
But just a moment. With your